What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? It's your man Doss. This is Let's Get to the Facts podcast with my man Coach Shot. As
What's up? What's up?
always,
What's up?
it's a big sports week. Big sports week. And we got a lot to unpack, man. We got a lot to unpack after this weekend. It was a lot going on.
Yes,
So,
sir. We do. We do.
before we get into everything, I just want to let everybody know that Let's Get to the Facts podcast is sponsored by OPM Clothing Line, the original Bonuts, and No More Struggling Entertainment. So, all right, Coach, man. So this was a rough weekend. It was definitely a rough weekend for me because Ohio State lost
Uh-huh.
and my Hurricanes lost.
Hell, man.
That's man. It was a rough one for me. It was rough.
I
So let's
bet.
talk about it, man. OSU gets embarrassed yet again. 0-4, 4 years in a row. Ryan Day can't get the job done. What was you thinking, man? When you was watching this game, what was you thinking? Coach, did you freeze? You freeze up on me? I think Coach froze up on us, y'all. But hey, listen, watching this game, this was one of the hardest things to stomach. It was. I'm sitting back. I'm watching Coach. Uh, Not Coach. I'm sorry. I'm watching Ryan Day coach his team, and this was just one of the worst things possible. And it was driving me crazy. I'm sitting back and I'm thinking to myself, like, what is going on? How can you go ahead and lose this game again? I have no idea how this all happened. Hold on, everybody. We having an issue. We having an issue. We having an issue. We getting it back. We getting it back. We getting it back. I got to get my man Coach back up on here. I got to get Coach back up on here. So once I get Coach back on here, we good to go. All right. So hopefully, up there he is. He's already back on. He's already back on. Coach, you back with us? I don't know what's going on. We're having
Am I
technical
back? Am I
difficulties.
back?
Oh, there he is. There he
Okay.
is. Okay. So yeah, man, I was saying I was watching this game. This game it was dismal watching
hmm
Ryan Day just sit back and like no fire, no aggression, no nothing. And you can't tell me that Ohio State was sleeping on Michigan. You can't tell me that. But the way that they played this game,
hmm
either Chip Kelly didn't know what he was talking about, uh, Ryan Day didn't know what was going on, Will Howard. But come on, man. Y'all tried to pound the ball down these dudes' throats. How are y'all pounding the ball on these dudes? And first off, you barely moving the ball. They outran y'all on the ground.
hmm
But you have a NFL quartet of receivers. You have a NFL group of receivers, and you sit back there and you still continue to keep running the ball. What in the hell was Chip Kelly thinking? Will Howard can't throw an out route on, especially back in his end zone. I don't understand why they keep doing that. He got like 4 or 5 games where he got picks throwing that same goddamn route and put teams in great positions to be in top on, you know what I'm saying? Basically in great field position.
hmm
I can't, man. I can't fathom it. I can't figure it out. I don't know what the problem is because Chip Kelly, NFL coach,
hmm
Ryan Day, longtime head coach for Ohio State, you ain't learned from none of your mistakes. You ain't learned from nothing. So I was, man, I was disappointed. I was disappointed. Go ahead, coach. I already know, man. I already know.
No, I'm gonna say this. One, Chip Kelly. I don't know what your game plan was, but that was pure fuckery.
Yes.
Um, let's. So I'm gonna just go down the list. So that was right. Chip Kelly, pure fuckery. Ryan Day has no fire in him. That's not who Ryan Day is.
Right.
He's a laid back type of dude. That's not who he is. So can't ask for something that ain't built in him.
That is
You win the game with your best unit, which is zone 6, which is the wide receiver unit.
right.
You didn't use your running backs. You used them right, but then you also used them wrong in the sense that you didn't get them out in the backfield in the routes against those running backs.
Right.
Will Howard was clearly concussed after that hit. He shouldn't have came back in the game. What else? Yeah, just an all around bad
Debacle.
day. No, I wouldn't say a debacle. Just a bad game called by Chip Kelly. I don't know what he was thinking. And then, but my thing is this: will we have been saying this right now if the kicker would have missed those 2 field goals?
But the thing of it is yeah, he missed them. But Ohio State was a 21-point favorite.
Yeah, I get it. But this my thing is, we all know this is the game.
Yes.
Points, that point spread don't matter, man. That I don't even, when they said that, Coach, I ain't paying no attention to that.
Right.
Because I know one thing is Michigan got a nice defense.
Most definitely.
Especially their front 7. Their quarterback is going through this. He gonna throw you some picks, which he did in the game.
Right.
The running game is gonna be there. Mullins is a good running back. Can't really say too much about Edwards, but Mullins is a good running back. They played ball control. They ran the ball. They didn't run the play until it was below 10, 15, seconds on the clock.
Right.
They capitalized on what they wanted, which was that pick. That pick set them up for a touchdown right then. They was like, okay, all we gotta do is not turn the ball over, move the ball a little bit, and just run the clock, and we can our defense is gonna do what they've been doing.
Right.
And that's exactly what they did. And my whole thing is this with Ohio State. Y'all know Michigan got that defensive line. Y'all did not go up tempo
at all.
When they did, they went downfield, and that's when they missed the field goal, but they never went back.
Right.
They never went back up tempo. I'm gonna say this, Coach. The group that I'm gonna roll with is the best group that I got. Is my zone 6, because I'm gonna air it out. I'm gonna get them the ball
all day long.
I'm gonna get them the ball. We have been inconsistent in the run game all season.
Right.
The pass game we haven't been inconsistent at. So I'm gonna give until this one. So I'm gonna give them the ball. I'm gonna like, you seen what happened every time they threw Jeremiah Smith the ball deep.
Yeah.
Pass interference.
But the thing,
or they had the triple team.
With the thing, okay, so my cousin even said, he was like, the game should have never even came down. It shouldn't even been about 2 field goals. And I agree, man. We was the more dominant team, yet we constantly keep playing down to Michigan. Every time, like when Michigan is down, we play down to them. When Michigan is up, we try to match them, and then we overly hyped, overly coaching ourselves, and then like it don't make sense. It's like it just don't make sense whatsoever, and it's constantly like they put themselves in bad positions. Like Will Howard throws the 1 interception that gave Michigan the first 7 points. Then Caleb Downs gets an interception in Michigan's red zone. 3 plays, -2 yards, and a missed field goal. No.
You had Chip Kelly on that drive tried to basically run the ball. We couldn't get nothing in the pass game. And the crazy thing is, we know how we always beat Michigan, man.
Yes.
Which is the thing is this: we run a lot of mesh concepts with our receivers and our tight ends. We run a lot of those, and we did not run no mesh concepts in this game.
No. My cousin said excuses is all I'm hearing. Ain't no excuses, man. Michigan beat them. I mean, what it is.
Ask your cousin, what excuses are we saying? We're just speaking the facts about our team. Like, Hey, did y'all win? Yeah, y'all won. But at the end of the day, we're not Michigan fans, so we're not going to talk about your team. We're Ohio State fans, so we're going to talk about our Buckeyes.
Exactly.
Like,
we're
we're
not going
pointing out what they did wrong.
7-5 Michigan that might not even make it into a bowl game.
At the end of the day, y'all won, but y'all are still fucking cheeks. Understand that. Y'all still cheated. So it doesn't fucking matter what you're talking about.
Right.
Your team is still cheeks, and y'all still cheated to win y'all national championship.
Cheated.
That's it.
Hands down, because there's no way in hell you go 15-0 or whatever the shit was, win the national championship, and you come back, you 7-5. That screams your recruiting class was terrible. Y'all didn't get nobody in the portal wanting to go to Michigan after winning the national championship.
They had to wait to pay a quarterback $10.5 million, a high school kid, to be that dude next year for in 2026.
That's crazy.
Come on, listen, man. Y'all won. Y'all beat us fair and square. It is what it is.
Right.
Like, giving you credit, man. Just take it.
Exactly. All right, let's go on to the next topic because we got a lot to cover today, Coach. But who we putting the blame on, man?
Oh, man. I'm going Chip and Will.
Going Chip and Will?
Yeah.
You don't think Ryan takes no responsibility in this situation?
He takes them as the head coach because the L gonna go in his category,
right?
But this year he can't be blamed for the offensive game plan.
But
who called the plays?
People are calling for his job, though.
I mean, yeah, that's what they're gonna naturally do. Everybody they're gonna naturally call for his job. The man has not beat Michigan in 5 years or whatever, how many years, 4 years, however long it is. I get it. They're gonna naturally do that because that's the game that matters to a lot of Buckeye fans. I get it. Yeah. But at the end of the day, he gets a mulligan because he was not responsible for the offensive play calls.
So my cousin just made a statement. I don't mean to cut you off, Coach. And I did see this. Mm-hmm. And honestly, when you hear it and you think about it, it's true. And it's messed up when you think about it. But like you said, they had to pay $10 million to a QB to be that person. Mm-hmm. Ohio State spent $20 million just for this game.
No,
still didn't get the job there.
Let's get it right. It wasn't just for this game.
It was just for this game.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't just for this game. It was just for this season. The whole point is, listen.
But at the end of the season, what's the game that matters?
No, the game that matters as the head coach for Ohio State is that game. But the point is, with this college football thing, they're still going on. They're still they still got a chance of national championship. So I can't say, oh yeah, they did it just for this game. No, it's for the season. Because if it was just for the game, then I can't say that, man. It's for the season. To me, just like how y'all got a $10.5 million quarterback, y'all ain't get him just for the Ohio State game because y'all got other games that's on that schedule. Y'all got them for the season.
But you know, man, when it's all said and done, Ohio State could have went 0-11. Mm-hmm. But this one game right here would have made their season. You see what I'm saying? So
but that's the same thing. It made Michigan season. They went 7-5, but now they they got their nuts hanging out. Like, okay. I get it. It made y'all season. I get it.
Yeah. I mean, me personally, man, I'm putting the blame on all three. I think Will Howard played terrible, and I don't care what anybody says. Cal McCord should have got one more year because then he would have listen, just hear me out. Just hear me out. He would have had another year up under his belt that he learned. See, everybody expecting this one and done quarterback type of deal. If it was a black kid, we're gonna give him another time to give another year. He could have had the same record as Cal McCord, but if we give it if he loses against Michigan, we're gonna give him another year to come back and prove it. McCord didn't get that opportunity. He was mad that he wasn't going to be guaranteed the starting spot. Mm-hmm. Yes, I understand it's a game of competition. But Cal McCord went out, said, you know what, screw it. and went to Syracuse and put Syracuse into a bowl contention at 9-3. Now, people were sitting back and being like, but it's Syracuse. But the first off is ACC.
Mm-hmm.
So then the other thing is that they're 9-3 with half the talent that Ohio State has. And they rode the arm of Cal McCord. Now, just imagine if Cal McCord had all of this talent around him. He had Marvin Harrison Jr. and what's his name? Oh my Lord, number 2,
Ibaka,
whatever it is, whatever. He had them.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have a Tate, Ibaka, and you know what I'm saying, decent tight end, 2 stack running backs. He didn't have like a 3-4 receiver set. Like, if McCord had all of those weapons, you're looking at a team that beats Michigan. And I don't care what anybody says. Dude, his stats last year were not bad stats. He played bad against Michigan.
Coach, his stats weren't bad, but I watched every game just like I watched every Ohio State game.
It don't matter. The fact of it is they won. They won.
Listen, they won, but at the same time, look at it this way, Coach. You talking about Kyle McCord.
Yes.
The same Kyle McCord that threw 6 interceptions in the game this season.
Yes.
You talking about the same Kyle McCord.
Yes. Everybody's entitled to a shitty game. Jeff Goff,
Kyle McCord who
Jeff Goff just threw 5 interceptions in the game.
You talking about the same Kyle McCord who quit on Ohio State because he wasn't guaranteed a starting job.
Dude, he had the right to be pissed about that.
Yes, you have the right to be pissed. You have the right to be pissed, but you don't have to. You quit on your team. You said, you know what? Since I'm not guaranteed a job here, I'm going to
quit on him.
No,
the team quit on him.
How
the team quit on him the moment they didn't guarantee him the starting spot.
Nobody's guaranteed a starting spot, Coach. You know that.
Come on, man.
You know that, man.
When CJ had his, there wasn't nobody taking that spot from him.
Because CJ was better than all the backups. Who was going to take it from him?
Man, come on. He had people.
You talking about Jack Miller, who transferred and no longer plays college football. You talking about Tate Martell, who transferred and no longer plays college football.
Okay.
Who went to Miami and tried to be wide receiver and nobody longer plays. You talking about Emory Jones, who transferred all over the world and finished at Arizona State or something like that. It was nobody's going to take that over CJ.
My point is, other people are guaranteed their spot, but because Kyle McCord was shaking it all the season.
Because they were good.
Dude, if you go to Ohio State, you're good. If you're a quarterback at Ohio State, you're good.
Well, they were better than their backups, Coach. Kyle is I see you on the Kyle bandwagon like how you on Baker.
I'm on the bandwagon. I'm just saying, I look at it for what it is.
He had his opportunity.
And he lost. And he lost, man. He left because his team turned their back on him, Coach.
No, it wasn't the team. The players, they say, "Oh no, Kyle, we ain't fucking with you." The coach, you and your daddy came into the coach's office and said, "Hey, we need to know if we guaranteed and we need some guaranteed more money." And they're like, "We can't guarantee you none of that."
Man, they could have if they really wanted to. They would. And now you see Kyle McCord on TikTok stirring it up.
The key word is, Coach, if they wanted to. And they didn't want to because they wanted to have a competition.
Nah, it was more because I'm pretty sure they realized he was already done at that. He was like, I'm good on this.
Listen, at the end of the day, Kyle left. Kyle threw 6 interceptions. Kyle went to Syracuse.
Kyle is 9-3. Kyle is
9-3. Congratulations, Kyle.
And he's going to more than likely go to the NFL.
Okay, who's going to draft Kyle?
Somebody will. They'll draft Kyle before they'll draft Howard.
Hey, no, they won't.
Man, listen. Will Howard is what you call a system quarterback, and when he don't understand the system, because he obviously can't read a defense, so he's a system quarterback. You put him around. Look,
I ain't gonna say that right now.
Aaron Rodgers looks like right now when he don't have the system he's been groomed in for the longest time. Look what Aaron Rodgers looks like.
That's Aaron. I want to say this. Let's make a bet now. Let's make a $20 bet.
Okay.
That Will Howard gets drafted higher than Kyle McCord.
Bet.
Okay, y'all hear it, right? $20 bet.
$20 bet on that one.
Bet.
$20 bet on that one.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
We're gonna kill it right there.
Yes, sir. All right. Hey, look, let's get to this college playoff system, man. So look, I say the system is broken. And I'm not saying it because of the way things went down for Ohio State or whatever the deal is. As you know, I am a Miami Hurricanes fan also. The first time the Miami Hurricanes lost a game, they were ranked 4. Okay? They were ranked 4, and they lost to Georgia Tech in a close game. And Georgia Tech is a tough team this year.
Yeah.
They almost took Georgia out.
Yep.
So Georgia Tech is a tough team. They knocked out Miami. Miami dropped down to 14th and worked their way back in. Now, I get it. They had some close games. They've been winning by the skin of their teeth. Everybody's been saying all this stuff on my Facebook page. I understand all of that. But here's my problem. Alabama has 3 losses and has not fallen under 15 yet. They should be under 15. They got 3 losses. Somehow we keep Alabama like right around everything, so Alabama can always slide into the damn playoffs. I have a major problem with that. Now, Ohio State lost to an unranked Michigan and only dropped 5 spots. Miami just lost to an unranked Syracuse. Okay? But they both winning records. Miami and Syracuse, winning record teams. Yes, they're not ranked in the top 25, division game, everything, okay? Miami loses, they drop down to 14. There is no way in hell a 10-2 team at Miami is below a 9-3 Alabama. 9-3, they're the only 9-3 team that is getting consideration for the playoffs. There is no way in hell that should be happening whatsoever. There are other 10-2 teams that deserve that spot besides Alabama. And I get it. I understand it is all about the money at some point in time. But when do we just get it back to the sport? The best teams are in the rankings and let them dudes play. Because Alabama is not one of those teams. We're still going off the Nick Saban years. The system is broken, man. The system is broken completely. Alabama should not even be in consideration for the playoffs. And somehow they're sliding up. They got them into the 11th spot. So that means they're not playing in the SEC championship game. And yet they're still in the playoffs. Make it make sense.
I gotta agree with you. Honestly, I don't think they should be in consideration. 9-3. But of course, money is in it's in this whole deal, man. So, until you get money out of the sport, you always gonna have stuff like this until you just want to just have the game for what the game is. But either way it go, they still, like how you said, they look at Alabama like it was Nick Saban's team. They still got that excitement around them, even if they are 9-3.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't agree that they should even be in there right now, but it's all about the money, the allure of Alabama, and the fact that they could possibly, honestly, if you put them in there, they could possibly make it to the second round. They could be the first round team. They could even make it to the to the third round or whatever.
And I'm not saying that they can't. I'm not saying that they can't. I'm just saying they don't deserve it this year. This is not the Alabama team that deserves a playoff spot.
No, I agree with you. They definitely don't deserve one, but whoever's putting together these, I guess, rankings, they're going off of strength of schedule, who the team they lost to, points, all that stuff, scoring, offense, everything. The attractive stuff so they could put out a game out there with a lot of touchdowns and all that other stuff. And that's what Alabama currently gives them. That's why they still in that spot. But I don't agree with it.
And they lost
I agree with you.
unranked teams, man. Like,
Yeah.
I think Ole Miss beat them, if I'm not mistaken. I think Ole Miss beat them, or they beat Georgia. One of the two. But they were ranked. But I know Alabama is no. They should have dropped considerably when they lost to, who was it? Wake Forest or Vanderbilt? I think it was Vanderbilt. I think that was Vanderbilt.
Was it Vanderbilt?
It was one of the two.
Let's see.
So my cousin said they're gonna be one and done. I don't think they're gonna be one and done because it is Alabama when it's all said and done. But if we're talking about the fairness of the sport, man, they don't belong in the playoffs. Period. That's what the argument was for the 4-team playoffs. Now we sitting up here and we got a 12-team, and we still finding ways to squeeze Alabama into games that don't belong in. And that is a problem for me. That is a major problem for me. Your record alone should dictate. I don't care if I play in the ACC and you play in the SEC. The SEC has down years also. The Big Ten got the most teams in this right now, don't they?
You got Oregon, Ohio State, maybe Indiana, maybe Penn State.
Exactly. And Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, come on, man. Like, they show too much favoritism to the SEC. That's not it's not the same division it was. It is not the same division it was. It was Vanderbilt they lost to. It was Vanderbilt.
Yeah, they lost to Vanderbilt and they lost to Tennessee and they lost to Oklahoma. That was unranked Oklahoma because Vanderbilt.
Oklahoma, exactly, man. So that's two unranked teams you lost to. Two unranked teams you lost to.
And they got killed by Oklahoma. They only put up 3 points. Jesus.
Yes. And old boy had like 4 interceptions.
Yeah. Milroe.
Yeah. So yeah, man, it's like the college system is broken, and I got a major problem with it because, man, we just at this point where it's like, okay, enough with the money stuff. I'm tired of the money taking over all of the sports, and I understand it's a sports betting business and everything, but I'm tired of all of the sports being compromised by money because it takes away from that team. I'm a firm believer, as a former coach of 20 years, I'm a firm believer that you can put any team on any field and on any given Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, another team can step out and beat you. Oklahoma basically blanked Alabama, and everybody had Alabama to win. So that's what I'm saying. That computer ranking stuff, however they're ranking it, is bullshit because them dudes play it on the field. That's the thing. Let them earn it on the field. They didn't earn it on the field. They should not be in consideration.
I get it, but it's just the world that they in right now with the strength of schedules and all the other stuff that all goes into play in the rankings. But no, Alabama doesn't deserve to be in there. You got more deserving teams to me, but unfortunately, with them being at, I think they got them ranked at 13th or something like that. No, that's college football, whatever. Right. Some ranking I was looking at, but yeah, it is what it is, man. Unfortunately, I don't want to see him in there, but
my dude told me, he was like, Dawes, he was like, man, the stuff you looking at, he was like, they had, he was like, that's the AP polls. He was like, there's a different playoff poll. He was like, so Miami still might be in. I'm like, they not, because people have been trying to find ways to knock them out, because there's no way you keep dropping them 8 and 11 and 12 spots for a loss. But Alabama got damn near shut out, and you still got them in consideration. Man, like the games that Miami lost were close games. You know what I'm saying? They lost 42-38 this weekend, and then they lost by 1 point against Georgia Tech, 1 or 2 points by Georgia Tech.
28-23 Georgia Tech, 42-38 Syracuse.
Yeah.
Either way go, I will keep y'all in there over them. Y'all still play a good brand of football. I
Exactly.
just don't see. I don't know. Maybe I think in this situation is that what are y'all in the ACC?
Yep.
It's the ACC versus the SEC bias. I'm just looking at y'all schedule. You know what I'm saying? Y'all play some good teams.
Exactly.
It's just that as far as rankings on y'all schedule, y'all don't play. Only person that y'all play that's currently ranked is Wake Forest that y'all beat on November 23rd. Everybody else is
Louisville
not
was
ranked.
ranked. Louisville was ranked when we played them.
Yeah, they was ranked, but they, you know what I'm saying, they ain't ranked now. So
Right.
at one point, but other than that, like I'm looking at like y'all play Florida, you know what I'm saying? UCF is a good team, Virginia Tech good. Louisville, Florida State, even though they had a down year, that's still a good team. You know what I'm saying? Duke, Georgia Tech, Wake Forest, and then Syracuse.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And those are all winning record schools for right now.
Mm-hmm.
So
And I
yeah,
guess
man.
according to the CPF rankings, y'all still in there. I don't know if this is last week or whatever. Yeah, this from last week because they got y'all currently at sixth.
Yeah. And they already in front. I looked at it today. They was dropped down to 14. 14.
Mm-hmm.
They dropped them down, what, 8 spots? That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, the system is still broken and it's based off of money. And
Yeah.
I'm just at the point where I'm just tired of everything being about money. Like I get it. We understand the name of the game is money and all of this other stuff, but y'all ain't got to keep putting it in our face also like we don't know what's going on out here. So, I don't know. That was a major problem for me. A major problem watching that and looking at that. So as of right now, according to the rankings, yeah, they got.
Oh, they got y'all at 14th.
I told you,
Yeah, they dropped y'all out and they got Alabama tucked in there at
11
number 11.
at 11.
Oh man, come on, man. Now everybody else makes sense because everybody else them got either one loss or two losses or no losses in the sense of Oregon, but you can't have a 3-loss team in front of a 2-loss team.
Exactly.
That's trash.
That is crazy to me. Even looking at like Indiana, they lost to a number 2 Ohio State,
Yeah.
and they're 9. Like, come on, man. Like, it just makes no sense, man. And it's frustrating to sit back and watch how this happens. So I don't know, man. Even in the coaches poll, they got South Carolina in there. They got South Carolina in the coaches poll at 9-3. So you gonna tell me that South Carolina is better than Miami and Arizona State?
No, I'm not gonna lie. If you ask me which game would I rather sit down and watch, I watch Miami game. I'm not gonna lie. I'd rather see Cam Ward and the boys play. I don't even know. I ain't gonna lie. I don't even know who plays for South Carolina or or currently Arizona State. Like,
And
who are
if
you
I'm
guys?
looking at this correct, man, if I'm looking at this correct, based off of a tournament schedule, that means they move Alabama to 11 purposely. Because if Alabama was 12, don't one play 12?
No, because remember the one teams get that bye.
That is
One
correct.
and you know
That
what I'm
is
saying? They get
correct.
that bye. I think like
Okay.
1 and 2.
Yeah. I don't know, man. This one bothers me a lot. A lot. But I mean, it is what it is. So all right, man. Let's go ahead and move on because that's depressing me right now. That's depressing. But let's talk about tonight's game, man. Browns versus Denver. Browns versus Denver. Who you got?
Man. Oh, coach, I'm always rolling with my Browns, man.
Of course. We gotta take it. We gotta take it.
Always, man. Yeah,
Oh,
always, man.
all right. So
I'm
what
just
needs to happen tonight, coach?
let's see here. They got to neutralize the young defensive end / pass rusher linebacker Jonathan Cooper from out Ohio State. Um, They have to not throw any picks to Patrick Surtain Jr. Offensive line has to actually block somebody. And they got to get at least between Nick Chubb and another running back, man, y'all got to have at least almost 80 to 90 yards rushing between the both of y'all, man.
Right.
And Jameis can only throw maybe one, maybe two picks, but it can't be costly picks. You gotta be like, I throw a pick and the dude get hit. Like get tackled.
Cuzzo, are you for real, man? Did you really just say you going with Denver?
He said that.
Man, I'm tripping off of that. You a Browns fan, dude. What is you talking about? You said you better be saying Denver because you got money on them. That's the only reason. You a Browns fan, man. Stop it. I understand they've been disappointed.
Hey, you always ride with them though.
Hey, but hey, I'm gonna say this. The defense needs to play like it did against Pittsburgh. The defense needs to play like it did against Pittsburgh. And I saw something that popped up today, and I don't know how truthful it is. But they said the Browns are still eligible for the playoffs if they can win out. I saw something that said that if the Browns win out and like the Jets, the Jaguars, and some other team, if they turn around and they lose a game, they still got a chance to slide into the playoffs as a wild card.
Oh, wow.
It's like five teams need to lose in order for them to win out, and then they can slide into a wild card spot.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, they got 6 more games. If they win all 6, yeah. They win all 6, they will finish like if they okay.
So they'll be 9. They'll be 9. Will it be 10-6 or will they be 9-8?
They'll be 9-8.
Huh?
They'll be 9-8. They'll be 9-8 if they win all 6.
So, man, do you know how crazy the city would be if they actually pulled that off? The city gonna go crazy.
Hey, if that happens, hey, Deshaun, I'm sorry. Don't even come back next year, bro. Hey, listen, dude, I like you, but ain't gonna be the room for you at that point, man.
Not at all, because the Cleveland fans is not gonna let another Joe Flacco go away. No, they're gonna be like, no.
They let Joe understand, Joe a little aging, but with this one, you can go ahead and draft your little quarterback and let Deshaun, let Jameis, rock out for 2 years.
Even a year, just rock out for a year. Let the young dude learn from you.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, they said that. I saw that. So if that's the case, I'm like, hey, it's a possibility that they can go ahead and sneak one in. It's a possibility that, that would be a great sign to say, hey, we can do it.
Definitely a great sign.
They got to get Chubb going, though. They got to get Chubb going.
They definitely do. He got to get going tonight. That's why I said like 80 to I wanted to say 100, but if you could get that combined or at least something like that from at least one of the running backs, it should be all right.
That's what I'm hoping for, man. They can go ahead and do it. What's the weather in Denver today? Did they say? Is it going to be snowy or is it going to be a clear field? I haven't even seen it, look at this TV to see a pregame anything.
Like I was watching 19 pregame, but they was inside, and then from what I seen on Instagram posted by the Browns, it wasn't no snow on the field.
Okay.
So it says right now it is 46 degrees, clear sky, wind is 1 mile per hour.
So it's gonna be a good football night in Denver.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's a good night.
I'm telling you now. I'm gonna hit the damn ceiling if Myles Garrett is playing 3rd and 4th down today. I'm telling you now, I'm gonna hit the ceiling, man, because he better play just like he did last week. He better do it. He better. That's what I'm expecting out of him. He better come out there and be the Myles Garrett everybody expecting him to be after all that shit he was talking last week.
That means it's a lot to him. But then the crazy thing is, I was reading that as of right now, they saying like the Defensive Player of the Year award trophy is up in the air. So if he goes out, and he is the number one defensive end with 3 sacks games. But make a long story short, if he goes out and averages about 2.5 sacks for the rest of these games, he might win it again.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I agree with it being up in the air. I can't honestly say that I've seen I don't know who's a dominant player this year at that position.
That's why I'm saying it's up in the air, because not even at the position. I don't see anybody defensively that's a consistent, in the conversation type person. Like, you hear people here and there, but
right.
Ain't no, you know what I'm saying? It ain't nobody that they putting out there like, whoa, this guy's out here is a game record. Like, you don't see that. Not this year.
Well, right now they got Zaire Franklin is leading in tackles.
Mm-hmm.
Interceptions is Xavier McKinney. Sacks is Trey Hendrickson.
Yeah.
And then Myles Garrett is third behind what is it? Danielle Hunter?
Danielle Hunter.
Danielle Hunter, yeah. So Myles Garrett is third, but Trey Hendrickson is winning that category right now.
Yeah.
So you got Xavier McKinney and Kirby Joseph with 7 interceptions apiece. You got Zaire Franklin with 135 tackles.
Mm-hmm.
Do you give it to Myles?
That's why I said if he goes out there and gets 2.5 for the rest of these games.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have to do something.
You're going to have to.
Yeah. I don't know, man. That's All right, Coach. Well, let's go ahead and let's talk about Week 13 in the NFL. Did you get a chance to watch any games? You see what was going on out there?
I looked at a few. I ain't gonna I didn't spend my whole 4 days off doing it, but I looked at a few.
You watched the Thanksgiving games though, right?
I'm not even gonna lie to you. No. What? I watched the one that came on early.
The Lions and the Bears.
Yeah, I watched that one.
Okay.
I didn't watch the other two. Like, I seen parts of the other two, but I can't say I watched it. You know what I'm saying? It was on the TV.
Hey, look, man. Caleb Williams. What was the coach's name? Eberflus?
Yeah.
The hands down the worst coach in NFL history.
Well, that man got fired, so.
and do you know why he got fired? They're down on the 20. Dude, all you had to do was call a timeout. You had the timeout. Put your kicker out there.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you looking for the rookie quarterback to make the decision? You're the head coach.
Mm-hmm.
It was terrible. And honestly, I felt bad for the Bears because the Bears should have been going into overtime. And that dude, he didn't even call a timeout. The announcers was like, I don't know what's going on. This is bad management. They were like, why wouldn't you use your timeout? And I'm sitting there like, okay, so I ain't the only one thinking this.
Yeah.
Man.
Hey, listen, that man is at home right now with his family.
Yeah.
Early, I don't know if that's a Christmas present to his wife and his kids, but he's at home.
Yeah,
he will be all right. He'll get his checks. I guess they talking about. I hear now that they talking about going after what's the USC's coach? What's his name's old coach?
Talking about Oklahoma's old coach.
But it's gonna take a lot more than the coach to fix the Bears. They need a whole offensive line. Like that offensive line still ain't doing nothing. Caleb is still holding on the ball a little bit longer.
Yeah, but he made some. He turned up in that second half. He turned up in the second half.
He makes some plays. He's showing flashes.
Mhm.
I'm not going to take anything away from him. He is making some plays, but he still got to let the ball go at times and sometimes not eat as many of those hits. And
Yeah.
you got to get a better offensive line. And also got to get like you said, a coach or somebody on that offense that knows offense. Somebody, because
His offensive line was terrible too. So
yeah,
but did you see the hit he took on the sideline with at his knees?
yeah.
I'm like, dude, you can't keep taking those because that could have did some ligament damage.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
Some of them you just got to learn. I guess through the bumps and playing in the NFL, I'm hoping to teach him something.
right.
I'm hoping.
Yeah, that's what we hope for. But some of them just be hard headed and got to learn the hard way.
Yes,
That's
sir.
what he keep doing because he trying to show his team that I'm out here riding and dying for y'all, and and they like, yeah, but y'all ain't protecting this man either. Y'all letting him get killed out there.
And he ride, but he also might die.
Hey, the New York Giants and the Cowboys game was terrible. I fell asleep on it. I ain't gonna even lie. It's pointless even watching at it. Let's see. The Dolphins and the Packers. Josh Jacobs is balling.
Uh-huh.
He right now is saving the Packers because Jordan Love is kind of up and down with stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a good game. Even though
Jordan Love still ain't healthy.
Yeah, he's still not.
Them Dolphins, we know don't come up north, in that cold weather.
Yeah,
y'all just true. Not built. Y'all just not built for it. Jordan Love out there, Jordan loving it.
Yeah, definitely. We had the Raiders versus the Chiefs. Did you watch any of that game?
I watched it all of it when I seen Brock Bowers make that catch. And I'm like, man, dude is nice, and he on a crappy team, and I changed the channel.
Yeah, Brock Bowers knocked me out. Well, I ain't gonna say knocked me out, but hurt my fantasy. That dude, all of a sudden, he ain't had no points, and all of a sudden he jump out with 30. I said, really?
I had him. I put him on the bench, and I went with George Kittle.
I've been going with Travis Kelce. I've been going with Travis Kelce, and he's been killing me all season long. But my other tight end is Njoku, and 1 week he might be great. The next week he might not be anything. So he up and down. So it's like it's frustrating. But Chargers versus the Falcons, wasn't nothing to get excited about. The Chargers pulled it out. It is what it is. But that Steelers versus Bengals game. The Bengals, they tried to, man, but hey, Russ said, watch me cook.
Yeah, Russ was cooking.
Yeah.
But hey, T-Boone Pickens. You gonna cost your team a game, brother. You're still out there doing that stupid shit, man.
Stupid stuff, man.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta stop it.
Yeah.
You gotta stop it, man. Somebody need to sit that young man down.
Yeah, somebody need to.
He gonna do it at the wrong time.
Yeah, and it's gonna cost him.
Yeah. Other than that, Russ was cooking.
Yeah, I mean, Joe Burrows was doing his thing too. Obviously it was no defense in that game, 44-38. No defense in that game. So
both defensive sides was like, we're just gonna stay home.
Vikings and the Cardinals, close game, 23-22. Vikings, I mean, Arizona's really not that bad of a team. No, they just you know what I'm saying? They're really not that bad of a team. They give people problems.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just they like that net that just keeps sticking around. You can't seem to kill, but it just keeps being around. So
yeah, little Kyler Murray.
Yeah. And then you got the Colts and the Patriots. 25-24. That's a nobody cares bowl.
No,
basically.
Sure did.
My Seahawks pulled it out.
Shouldn't have been close, coach.
Man, listen. I'm already ready to be like, okay, what is his name? Geno Smith. It is time to hang. It's time to hang it up, my guy. It's because the stuff you doing anymore, like you acting like you a rookie and you got them legs, and you trying to reverse your runs in the back, you fumbling, you throwing interceptions, all kinds of stuff. Because we're gonna keep it a buck, man. If is it Leonard Williams? That his name? I think that's who it is.
Had
From
that
the
pick
Seahawks,
six.
had that pick six for that big boy rumble for 80-some yard. Come on, man. They don't get that, the game is over with.
Nah.
They don't get that, the game is over with.
So, Geno, a big man, a meal or something.
He owe him something because his play ain't getting it at all. His play ain't getting it.
Nah.
Then you got the Tennessee Titans and the Commanders. Commanders smashed them. Just doing their thing as usual. Jacksonville versus the Texans. Hey, you see that hit that Trevor Lawrence took?
Yeah, I don't know why everybody making such a big deal about it.
It was a dirty hit though, man. It was definitely a dirty hit. It was
maybe
dirty.
Maybe I gotta watch it again because I don't know. I was just like, okay.
Like, the dude stiffened up. He was like, I was like, oh. So yeah, man. It was a dirty hit, but Houston don't win that game if it ain't for Mixon, because CJ Stroud struggled. So
he's the thing is with teams, this year they didn't figure them out.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They know what coverage is giving problems, and they're running them motherfuckers and disguising them to a T.
Yep.
So CJ, your sophomore slump, you better have that junior year bounce back and do something, because you ain't you're looking kind of trash.
Most definitely. And then we had the Rams and the Saints. Good game. Didn't really expect much out of it, but it was a good game.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
But I was about to say, I knew you was gonna talk about your boy Shake and Bake.
Come on, man. You know Shake and Bake gonna do his thing, man. Hey, look.
Saved him for last.
Hey, Shake and Bake did his thing, man. He pulled him back into it. I said, that's my guy right there. That's my guy. Oh, did I talk about the Vikings? Oh, yeah, I did talk about the Vikings. Vikings pulled it out. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I got my people on TikTok talking about the Vikings. So, and then, so that was it, man. And then, 49ers and the Bills. Bills is for real. They figured it out.
I didn't know the 49ers record was that horrible.
Yes, it's terrible this year. It's terrible this year.
To be a playoff team, and you know what? This is. I don't even think it's going to get better because McCaffrey's out for 6 weeks.
They say he's done for the season.
That's
I saw it in slow motion. Did you see it?
Yeah,
that shit ripped off the bone. Yeah, he's done.
Yeah, he's done.
He's done. So yeah, man. All right, Coach. Well, we just ran through week 13 in the NFL. Let's go ahead and we got to talk about this one. Mm-hmm. Hawks pose a big matchup problem for the Cavs. What you think? Because I'm thinking the Hawks could be a problem for us down the road.
Hold on, Coach.
Yeah, man. They gave them their first one, their second one, and their third one.
I mean, to me, it's Trae Young. He poses a problem for them
all the time.
I think in the playoff you might have to put somebody on them like a Okor or Donovan Mitchell's going to have to take that matchup, because him versus Darius Garland it ain't working out too good. Darius is going to have to man up and accept that challenge and want that challenge for them to win in the playoffs. If they face them in the playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, the Cavs are still up. They 18-3.
Yeah.
But two of those three is the Hawks.
Yeah, but you know what the funny thing is though, Coach? They lost those 2 games to the Hawks.
The Hawks also lost 2 games to the worst team in the league, which is Washington Wizards.
I get that, but when it's all said and done,
No, I'm just saying to show you how,
man, that's
yeah.
a team that could be a playoff problem.
No, I get it. I'll just show you how funny the league is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I get that.
Yeah, it's gonna be a problem. It could be a problem for the Cavs. I would like to see. I don't know. They talking about a couple trades, there's a couple people. Kyle Kuzma, Cam Johnson, that type of deal. But they really got to figure out what they're gonna do with Trae Young. They got to have somebody that's gonna be that dog and pick him up full court.
Yeah. Tim, we know, man. We already know Christian McCaffrey is done for the season.
Yeah, he done.
Yeah, he done. We already know that one. So yeah.
Yeah, he ain't no coming back for that one.
Yeah. So yeah, man. It's just one of those things where it's just like it's an up and down league, but it something like that can become a nightmare situation down the road.
Yeah.
And that's what concerns me. So there are going to have to be some trades that's going to have to be made that's going to fill gaps of people who could not do what they needed to do in the earlier part. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But it's still got the best record in the NBA. So, you know what I'm saying? That's what we riding with right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Fine-tune some things until you could, possibly make a trade and get better, or fine-tune some things that you don't have to make that trade no more.
Very true. Very true. All right, Coach. So we down to our last 4 minutes. And you know what time it is. It's time to get it off your chest. You want to go first, or do I want to go first? Which one? Who wants to go first on this one?
You go ahead, Coach. You go ahead.
All right. So here's what I'm going to get off my chest. NCAA.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys do not get this flag planting stuff under control, not only are you are allowing teams to become violent on the football field, you're making yourselves look bad to younger people who play this game, who think that you're setting bad examples. Because then these kids in high school are going to be trying to do that. Then it's going to turn into fights. You know, high school football games get a little bit more violent than college football games at times. So I'm thinking to myself, if you want to set the good example, eliminate it, period. Get that off, man. You had Florida and Florida State fighting, Ohio State and Michigan fighting, North Carolina State and North Carolina fighting. You had all of these college examples on national television. You even had players from Michigan getting maced on national television. You need to eliminate the flag planting stuff that Baker Mayfield made popular. Because he did it, everybody else felt like they have the right to do it now, and it's not. Eliminate that shit ASAP. And that's what I have to get off my chest, Coach.
All right. Well, glad you went first, because that would have been mine. So mine, I'm gonna go different. I'm gonna go back to my other spot, which is a little bit of politics. Still not watching MSNBC or CNN.
Okay.
I read over the weekend that Joe Biden pardoned his son.
Yes. Yes,
he
did.
Yes. Anybody who has a problem with that, go fuck yourself. Anybody would go pardon their son. Anybody would pardon their child. Like, if you had the powers to do it, you would go pardon your child.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. So, like, if anybody's upset about it, like, you don't have a kid. Like, I don't know what else to say.
Hey, like, Coach, I think your speakers are covered. We can hardly hear you a little bit.
Oh, my bad. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you now.
Yeah. So, if anybody that's like upset that this man pardoned his kid, like, you're stupid. Like, either you're stupid or you don't have a kid.
Yes.
Like, I just don't get it. Like, I'm the president. I'm gonna pardon my kid. I don't care what you say. Why would I leave my kid in the clutches in the hands of a crazy orange Dorito colored chest of a Cheeto president coming in? Why would you leave your son life up to him?
Exactly.
No, I'm gonna pardon him. And yeah, the rest of y'all Go fuck yourself. And if Trump talking about, oh, it's a miscarriage of justice, dude, you're about to pardon the January 6 people.
Exactly.
Like, I don't care what you gonna say. If the tables was turned, you would do the same thing.
Exactly.
So I'm happy that the Democrats actually did some stuff that the Republicans would do. They need to continue down this road.
Yep.
And they just go ahead and continue. Like, go ahead and, while you're in office, go ahead and make Trump put him on a terrorist list or arrest him. You just go ahead because you can do it.
Exactly. You can do a lot of stuff right now if you really wanted to.
Yeah,
he could honestly stop the voting right now. Like, he could stop that transition of power if he really wanted to right now. He could do it. He could do it. But people would be up in arms about that one. But I mean, it is what it is, man.
It is what it is, man. But yeah, I will pardon my son too. That's it.
Exactly. All right. Well, we at the end of this show, everybody. So once again, I'm your host, Doss, my man, Coach Shot. As always, it's a pleasure, my guy. I love talking sports with you. And in a few episodes, we're gonna start bringing on guests to join us and talking stuff. And we're gonna get it in on some sports talk.
Let's go.
From here on out, when we say get it off our chest, we're gonna start going in. Even when we got guests on here, we're gonna get it off our chest. I'm just letting y'all know, so y'all better be ready.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all. So we go ahead and signing out. Once again, we'll catch y'all next week, next Monday, 7 to 8 p.m. All right, y'all.
Peace.
Yep.